Everyone, it's Ryan 1940 here. Today we're taking a look at Sea Power Naval Combat in the Missile Age, and this is mission number 2, Operation Revenge, in the single-player linear campaign that is available for Sea Power right now. If you recall the first mission, we actually were playing as the NATO side, and using 2 Common-class submarines, we were able to sink some Soviet vessels that had intercepted the USNS Gerardo, and it unfortunately killed some crew members. Well, the Soviets now are going to answer to what the NATO forces have done, and we have been tasked to ambush a U.S. task force coming on a southwesterly course down here. We have SSGN with us. We've got our task force surface action group here, and then we should have some aircraft coming from Kamchatka Peninsula at some point that'll check in. Okay, so MCON's at our discretion. I think we'll leave it at that for now until we kind of get a understanding of where the enemy's at. I'm very keen to use this submarine, try out its missiles. Alright, let's see what we got here. So we have some Silex missiles. They're not too great with the range, 27 nautical miles. The Slava, however, should have these bad boys. Sandboxes, and we've got 12 of them, or 16 of them, sorry. 297 nautical miles, so that will easily outrange the Harpoon, primary weapon system that the U.S. surface fleet will be employing. We don't have to worry about any sort of air threat from them. And it looks like those missiles easily cover the estimated position of the U.S. task force. I want to keep probably... We'll do this on our lead ship here. Let's give ourselves a little buffer. We'll say 70 nautical miles. I believe for the Harpoons now in game the range is what, 68 nautical miles? Let's double check. Let's just say we got a destroyer that works. Adams class late. Yeah, 65 nautical miles. Okay, so as long as we stay, keep the enemy at bay for 70 nautical miles, which is on our lead ship in the task force, then we should be safe from Harpoons. There's no air threat, like I said, so we don't have to worry about air-launched Harpoons, which would be primary danger. We weren't briefed on any submarine threat, so we won't focus too much on that. Alright, let's see. Alright, so we'll just speed this up. Did I accidentally... Let's check everybody here. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Oops, saw this guy maneuvering. I'm like, wait, what the heck? They should all be going in a straight line, so we'll let them go. They are kind of tightly packed. I'm not a fan of that. Yeah, I think for the USSR forces, because the ranges of these, oh, that one's pretty good. Which one was I thinking about? Was that this guy? Yeah. The little Gecko missiles are 8.1 nautical miles, so you got to kind of be close. We don't. The Grumble is pretty good there, 50 nautical mile range. Let's check everyone else. Yeah, that's going to be not too great. 13.5 once again. The Sunburn missiles here, we've got 48 nautical miles, so not as much as a Harpoon. This guy's having a hell of a time. What are you doing, buddy? Formation, return to formation. I guess he's where he needs to be. Interesting. Okay, let's speed this up a bit. Why is that guy not returning to formation? That's bizarre. Alright, recon flight is on station. Good, that's what we need to see. I got a Tu-95 here. We are going to put him with his surface search radar on. And we'll want to be careful because I think, let's go to unit reference again. We want to know kind of estimate what's the worst anti-aircraft missile system the U.S. ships can carry. We're going against a Leahy class and a Belknap class cruiser as the main combatants. There's also an Oliver Hazard Perry frigate and I think a destroyer. So we'll focus on the cruisers. Missile cruiser, Belknap class. Alright, the ERs go 80 nautical miles. Alright, that's the main one we're going to worry about, and then we'll double check with the Leahy. Yeah, same thing. So 80 nautical miles. We'll just have to be aware. Once we find... oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. I think we'll wait for that contact to steady up, and then I'll put an 80 nautical mile bubble around it, and that will be our warning for our T-95 to allow us to get close, but not too close, because we don't want them to get shot down. Alright, we got some large radar echoes, 14 knots, 7 knots, 6 knots. So we're going to look at these three contacts in particular. They don't look to be military because of the way that they're just casually moving about. Ooh, bombers are on station. Alright, requesting strike coordinates. Cool. Obviously, this here looks like a formation of ships, so this is probably the guys that we're after. We're after, I think, 4 vessels. Let's take a look at the briefing once more. Of course, iBlank's briefings look amazing. They're filled out really well, and the map to go with them. So yeah, we've got Leahy class, Bruins class, Belknap class, and Oliver Hazard Perry frigate, so 4 ships. Looks like we can see 2 on radar right now. We're gonna make a mental note: 702 and or 7006 and 7002. Those tracks are probably the cruisers because they're the larger vessels, right? And those are probably going to be the ones that we want to shoot at first with our missiles, because they're going to be the major anti-air assets to that task force. So if we could knock them out, or even knock out one or damage one, it'll greatly reduce the impact of their defenses, and it'll subsequently make our own salvos more effective, right? So it seems like we got a pretty firm radar contact on these guys. We'll pull out 80 nautical miles. They will be able to know that this is a Tu-95 because we are banging away with our radar. They're not going to know where this task force is at. We don't have any ESM. Oh, we do actually. Okay. So they must be going active with their radar. Yeah. Oh, we got some helicopters up too. Okay. Alright. This guy is classified as hostile. We still don't know exactly what it is. 706 and 702, very large. And the other contacts are semi-large. So if we're choosing to hit our targets, we're going to want to go for these first 2 big boys here. Okay, getting kind of close. We'll pull that around. While we're at it, let's just get these guys to identify themselves. Yep, they were merchants just like we thought. Okay, let's find our bombers. There we go. Okay, I'm going to want to get them really close. We'll make sure 37,000 feet. Alright, we got, looks like, let's check here. 250 nautical miles. They are not within range just yet. And there's 3 a pop, and it looks like we got 2 bombers, so only 6 missiles. Let's see here. We need to knock out the cruisers. That's the primary thing first. And one of those guys is the Oliver Hazard Perry class, and they're not going to be. They can only, the one-armed bandit can only fire so fast, right? So I can request to identify yourself. I meant to do, what am I doing? I want to do this here. Double check the Spruance class. I believe that that one only has the box launcher for its air defense. If I remember correctly. Oh, where is it? Is it like a guided missile destroyer or something? Where is that? Oh, yeah, I'm just blind. Yeah, the Rim 7, so 14 nautical miles, and they don't have a lot of cells. What's that, 8 cells in that thing, box launcher, so it takes about 20-30 minutes for them to rearm once that's empty. I think they're kind of good against supersonic missiles, but there's only just so many missiles they can fire, and the range is really short. Let's just get this guy's radars going. Don't know if they actually both need to have their radars on the fire, but we'll just have it on anyways. Alright, let's check the range of these missiles. 242 miles. We got 8 of them. I think they could fire... I don't think the submarine can fire all 8 at the same time. I think it maxes out at 6 and it'll finish the other 2. We should try to get some missiles off. Alright, we'll get this guy up to periscope depth. I want to get the missiles off before these aircraft start to get closer. 80, you know, they're about almost 90 nautical miles away at the moment. We'll keep them at bay. These guys will struggle to go it's like 70 nautical miles, 75 nautical miles from their base and operate long enough to affect any sort of outcome against the submarine. So if we keep them at that sort of distance, we should be okay. Alright. Okay, we're going to speed this up some more because I want these bombers to get within range, and then let's say about 100 nautical miles we'll both fire. Okay, I think that these guys actually have a min range that's pretty crazy. Yeah, there it is. See how much of a min range that is? That's quite a bit. Alright, we'll have him fire all 3. So salvo 4. And then we'll do for his guy, there we go. Oh, are they both gonna fire? Okay, good. They're all firing. Nice. Oh, that is awesome. Okay. Damn, that is nuts. How high are those missiles going? Passing 50,000 feet, going up to 60,000. Okay, so we can take these bombers away. They can go RTB or whatever the heck they need to do. I don't think they actually respond to the RTB command. Yeah. Yep. Not responding. Okay, so we got 6 missiles. We're gonna see how successful they are in taking out... Oh, that's the Spruance class. Oh, goodness. Well, that's a waste. Wow, that's really nuts. I would have thought the 2 large Echoes would be the... both of these guys would be the 2 cruisers in the formation. So that's interesting. Alright, I do want to see how this turns out. Oh, okay. Alright, looks like, ooh, yeah, you can see down there all these missiles coming up. So that's probably the frigate. It's firing one missile at a time. These are the cruisers right here. And there's a streak of anti-air missiles coming in. Damn. Yeah, that was it. Alright. We will try this guy. We'll do salvo 8. I think it's going to fire 6 and then 2 maybe. I don't know why we didn't do this earlier. Not that it matters. We know they're all hostile anyways. Alright. How crazy is this? Man. That's awesome. Gigantic missiles coming out of the surface submarine. That is just wild. It's amazing that people like engineered this and thought this all up. Like, hey, let's make this elaborate missile tube system. We have to come to the surface, but they'll fold open and we can pump all these missiles out. Yeah, what was that? So they fired 4. I guess that's what they've got to, they can max out at in one go. Alright, let's speed this up and see how they do. Alright. It's fired one more. I'm guessing one of these things got shot down. Oof. Oof. Oh man. Okay. I need to tell this guy to go deep, go very deep. And then we'll see if we can get up ahead kind of that way to intercept them. Meanwhile, oh no. Alright. Got shot down. 2 missiles left out of that giant salvo of 8. Well, it was 2 small salvos of 4. Okay. That's that. We'll see if... Ooh. Yeah, we'll see if this guy can get into position to fire. These guys are cruising along at 20 knots, so let's figure 20 knots. They're gonna be, oh, let's use the ruler. So it's 216 Zulu. So they should be in so in 2 hours they should be right around here-ish. Can we get there? We're gonna have to go super fast, so let's go flank speed. We'll see how this time if it reduces at all. Doesn't look like it. So this is basically at 4 4:15 Zulu-ish, the formation should be around here. So if we pull out another so at 6 they should probably be at let's see here. Yeah, they should be at 60 nautical miles about 6 o'clock, yeah. So they'll probably be, there we go, right around here. Oops, I always do that with the markers. I hate it. Somewhere around here. Okay. Yeah, so just if they don't slow down and they go like continue on that 20 knots like they are going, in 2 hours they're going to be here. So at like 4:15 Zulu, and then an additional was that additional 4, so 5, that'll be 20. Oh yeah, so this should be 5 Zulu, so that's not going to be enough. They'll be out at like 80 nautical miles when it's 6 o'clock. Yeah, so okay, this is better. This means we'll get here earlier than they will. Okay, we got some time. That's good. These guys should just go flank. However, got some sunburn missiles. That's not what we want. What was the range on the sunburns? 48. And then who had the... That's the Silex. We don't care about that at the moment. Oh, was that it? Okay. So I think Slava's going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting. Oh, we actually lost the radar echo there. What's... Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we'll use Slava to... I think if we do 4 of these sandbox missiles each on these targets, we should be able to get some solid hits on some of them. Okay. Oh, jeez. These things are nuts. Look at that. Gigantic plane-sized missiles. How freaking crazy is that? Flank speed, launching 16 of those gigantic sandbox missiles. Man, these missiles are just nuts. Okay, let's hope for some hits. Whoa! Glad they don't midair. Alright, we'll slow it down once we get within shooting range. Here we go. Alright, we're 40 nautical miles out, going 1,300 knots. That is fast as hell. It looks like these missiles are all spread out like that. Yeah, that's pretty neat looking. I think that we're gonna do some damage actually with this salvo. There's some SH2 that's out here somewhere. Alright, let's see if we can spot the ships. Alright, they are shooting. So the Spruance class, a couple of cruisers there, and the one-armed bandit. Oof, I hear the missiles just barely missing us. Okay. One of these hitting a ship is going to be pretty devastating. Looks like we got a good... Oh no. Ooh. Good hit there. Ooh, got a hit over there. Alright, we got another wave coming in. Yeah, that cruiser's hurt pretty bad. Ooh, look at all those missiles. Oh, they're all going towards the Spruance. What a waste. Ooh, good hit there. Another hit on that cruiser. And it looks like just the frigate is the lone survivor, and that is not good for them because we'll probably be able to finish them off with our sunburn missiles, but we'll have to close within harpoon range. Yeah, that is not good. I mean, call me a little biased, but I'm not surprised that the frigate is the lone survivor here. Mighty battle frigate. Who is this? Number 12 is the George Phillip, yeah. Wow, those ships are all done. Wow, that's just nuts. Alright, here we got the Leahy. So the Belknap is still cruising, but it is on fire. Spruance is sinking. They're cruising at like 2 knots or something. Oh, half a knot, sorry. Alright, that was a good outcome. Finally. Okay, so with this formation slowing down like it did, let's just go for almost a pure pursuit there for the geometry and intercept this guy. And see if we can use some wake-homing torpedoes. Yeah, these are the ASW guys, yep. Well, that was a great outcome. Yeah, so we'll have to get within 48 nautical miles, so... speed this up for quite a ways out. Let's go up to the surface here. Okay. You see the frigate there recovering a helicopter. These guys are getting pretty heavy, getting pretty low in the water. Oh man, That is devastating. They are burning up. This frigate's going pretty fast. It's like this helicopter can barely keep up. Man, how demoralizing is that? You come back to the ship to land and 3 ships are gone. That's just nuts. Yeah, that SH2 doesn't have a home, I think. Sucks to suck, as they say. Okay, let's speed this up then, because I just want to... right now, all we're going to do is close within sunburn range and fire off those missiles. Got 48 nautical miles to go. Yeah, that frigate is smashing through the waves at like 26 knots. We need to adjust our intercept because this guy's going so fast. All right. I just wish I had longer range missiles here. Oh, that Leahy is still going. Or not the Leahy, the Belknap. This is an interesting take on the linear campaign where you're actually playing kind of both sides from what I gather. I think it's kind of refreshing. I think some people won't like it because if you choose a side, maybe you particularly just want to play that side only. But I personally, I think it's really cool to see kind of you performing an action on one side and then seeing and then playing out the reaction on the other side in the follow-on mission. Like in this particular one, we are conducting a revenge operation on the actions that we did as the player in the previous scenario, so that's really cool. Oh man, this Perry is just hauling ass, 26 knots. It's going to make this intercept very difficult. We're getting close though. I think this task force is within 70 miles and we need to be within about like 48. Yeah, 48.6, and I mean that's it for this Perry. Unfortunately, I hate to put it down, being a frigate guy, but you're not gonna go against 8 of those missiles. In fact, we'll fire 4 and see if it can take it. I really doubt the one-armed bandit can keep up with 4 of these missiles. Generally, 4 anti-ship missiles per ship is what I aim for. Unless it's like some crazy ship like a Utiloy, it's going to take more than 4 at a time to put it down. And also for air defense cruisers, you want to shoot like 6 to 8. Probably 8 is the best bet. There's always that issue of being too conservative with missiles, because the moment you tip past that point, then it's likely that none of the missiles are going to get through. So you don't want to go too lean with your salvos, but lean enough that you're not wasting missiles, right? Alright, we are getting there. Okay, I think we're within range here. Yep. We are. So, the EM-672, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this ship's name. It's going to do the honors. All right. All 4 missiles are away. This guy's not going to be getting into torpedo range, unfortunately. It would have been cool. Try and sink a US ship with the torpedoes. You can tell from their torpedo loadout, they are not equipped for anti-surface operations with torpedoes. They've only got, what, 4 of the Wakehomers, the 5365s, yeah. And they've got 12 anti-submarine torpedoes, so they're more about protecting themselves to get in a launch point with their anti-surface missiles. "23 miles. Alright. Let's speed this up till we see the frigate. There we are. I thought we were still in time compression, but these missiles are just that fast. Oh, geez. Yeah. Not looking good. And that helicopter's still chasing. I've noticed that with, damn. Oof. Yeah. There was just no way that that thing was going to take care of... One-armed bandit wasn't going to be able to take care of all those missiles. Yeah, I've been noticing with the flight operations for ships, when I'm the player doing flight ops, if the ship's just going too fast, the helicopter is incapable of landing. It just kind of follows it around. It can never speed up enough to land. If it does, it takes tremendously long to be able to touch down and land, and oftentimes it just won't be able to do it. You just have to manually click the speed back down. Okay, I think we didn't win because this guy is still alive. Oh my goodness. You know what, we need to get rid of this bubble here. I don't know if their air defense systems are working. We'll find out, but we do want to make sure we're staying outside that bubble just in case, because we don't want to lose that Tu-95. And now we can go right at this guy. He's going very slow, so we'll just point him that way. We have 4 of those missiles left, but we've got 75 nautical miles away. We should have split our forces up. If I was paying attention like a good sailor, we would have split the SAG up, 2 going out that way. Finish him off while some 2s go after the Perry, 2 other ships. Oh well. We're going to get into harpoon range pretty soon here. That's interesting. I wonder if they are going to... Oh, this is neat. I wonder if they're actually investigating. It appears they are. And they're doing it right when this ship's coming into harpoon range. Okay. He made a beeline towards us in 15 nautical miles, but I would say it's like visual range. He's turned around. So, I think we need to put our whole formation at air defense radar systems need to be on, yeah. And we'll also do our surface search, just cause. So Slava should be able to fire let's see here. I think this is just, oh, is this within range? It is, okay. So we turned all our radars on basically because it appeared that this SH-2 was kind of doing its own thing, circling around, and all of a sudden it started to go straight towards our task force, and then it kind of got within 15 nautical miles and then immediately reversed course. So to me that looks like he tracked us, he saw something on the radar and was like, let me go investigate that and VID it because they're at MCON. I don't know what these things are. And then once we were visually ID'd, he pulled away and flew away. But if that's what really happened, and if this cruiser here is still alive, then it has the potential to fire its harpoons at us because it's within 50 nautical miles now. This is Weeble Wobble missile. What's going on here? Good kill. Okay. Yeah, we're within the harpoon range there of this guy, so I want the radars on just to track if we are launched at, we can see those missiles coming in. And we'll give it some mileage, and then once we're within 48 nautical miles, we'll fire our own missiles again. We'll fire some sunburns, and that should be the end of that ship. Really, I want to see what it looks like because it's cruising along at like 6 knots, so they repaired a lot of damage. But there was extensive fire on that ship and kind of heavy flooding too. It's amazing they are able to recover that. And we're going to undo all their work really shortly here. We're getting within range right there, 48 nautical miles. Here we go. So we once again launch these sunburns. So we'll do a salvo 4. That should be enough for this guy. It appears he's not really reacting anymore. Oh man, that is super neat. Okay, all 4 are away. Dude, these missiles are nuts. Like 38 feet off the water going 1,300 knots. Like, that is freaking crazy. Jeez. 28 feet now. Alright. There she is. Yeah, she's not really firing at us. Got the chaff going. Oh yeah, look how low that nose is. Yep. Yep. And that's the kill. Alright, victory. HQ assesses that all the U.S. vessels are destroyed. Excellent work. Fall back to friendly waters and await further instructions. We're planning a follow-on operation on Atu Island. Well, there we go. Got a couple more missiles coming inbound there. Decisive victory, no losses. Freaking awesome. Doesn't get better than that. Yeah, so this was Operation Revenge, which is the second mission in the single-player linear campaign that's available now for Sea Power. And this is made by iBlank. He makes a lot of missions that I really enjoy. He's got the Task Force 75.3, which probably many of you have played. It's pretty popular on the Steam Workshop, as it should be. It's really fun and realistic, and there's cool little twists and stuff in the missions. So you can check this one out. You don't have to download anything. It's a part of your game if you got the latest patch for it, so you should be able to enjoy this as well. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and I'll get to them as soon as possible. See you on the next one. Bye!